The new City Toys release is here with a nice looking box, but is it any good? Let's find out. Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video we're gonna take a look at City Toys Hellverine, their latest release. If you're a follower of the channel, then you know that I've been covering everything related to this figure and City Toys in general, and you know how excited I am to finally get my hands on this guy. Big thank you to the guys from City Toys for sending it for a review. If you're looking to get your copy, you can do so on the link in the video description. All City Toys links are there. First, a quick look at the box. Usually City makes their custom packaging using the look of original releases and then adjusting it to their own format. But this time, because there is no official release of this figure, they made a custom packaging design using some comic book panels, and as an illustrator, I have to say that I love how it looks. Front of the box is split in half with a window showing the figure on one side and then a comic book art of Hellverine fighting Ghost Rider, I assume, because we can see Ghost Rider on the side of the box. Down here it says Hellverine and we have a CT logo. This illustration continues on the side of the box, and on the back we have another fantastic illustration of Hellverine in his attack mode. X logo is up here, same as Wolverine's head. Down here we have some warnings. We already saw this other side showing Ghost Rider. We have another fantastic looking illustration of Hellverine on the top, information and warnings on the bottom, but now let's open it up and let's take a look at the figure. Here is City Hellverine out of the box, and as expected by City Toy standards, nothing is loose. The joints are nice and sturdy, so no issues there. As you can see, everything looks very good. There are some paint imperfections, but it's a KO body, so that's to be expected. All in all, judging by the first look, fresh out of the box, this guy looks amazing, and it seems like City knocked it out of the park once again. Hellverine is around 15 centimeters tall, which makes him the same height as City Toys brown suit Wolverine. And that's to be expected, because it is the exact same body, a MAFEX KO body. The proportions look great, and from what I can tell, other than the head and the belt, everything else is the same, including the paint job. Here they both are from the side, and here is how they look from the back. Taking a closer look at the details, we're gonna start with this beautiful head sculpt. The skull has a nice metallic look, we have the nicely sculpted teeth, and then the flame effect. The sculpt of this thing is amazing. All of these wavy curly lines floating to the back, and the way that the flames are shaped. They can represent Wolverine's mask ears, but also his hair in flames at the same time, and I love that look. If I'm not mistaken, the flame effect is made out of two pieces. There is a seam line here, where the pieces are connected, and then here and here. But I also love the paint job of the flame effect. The way that it fades from lighter yellow around the skull to an orange and darker red as it moves away from the skull. And then, on top of that, it's made out of a transparent plastic, so if you light it up, look how vibrant it gets. This is fantastic. And for the rest of the body, if you have their brown suit Wolverine, or you've seen my review, you know what to expect here. We have the orangish shading effect on the yellow suit, we have visible metallic loops in the elbows, and also we have the same paint issue on the arms as we did on the brown suit Wolverine. Hellverine's skin tone is slightly lighter, but you can definitely see those yellowish smudges. I get that they were going for the shading effect on the skin, but it doesn't look good. It would probably be better if they left the arms in the base skin tone without the shading, but at the end of the day, for me, it's not a big deal. Here is a look at the new belt that is black with a rounded red X logo. The belt is glued to the back of the figure so that it doesn't move around when you're messing with the articulation. And then legs and boots are the exact same as on the brown suit Wolverine. And in case you are interested, here are the two head sculpts side by side. Let's now take a look at his accessories. First, he comes with a transparent display stand that you have to assemble yourself. Then we have an alternate head with open mouth, and this thing looks amazing. I like this one even better than the first one because it's more action oriented. Most of the flame effect is the same as the first one, with addition of the piece coming out of the mouth. And you can see how the flame like curves out on both sides. Here is the back of the head, and here are the two heads side by side so that you can see the difference in expression. And And of course, we have the same effect when we hit some light on this alternate head. He comes with 4 sets of hands in total. We have a pair of fisted hands that are already on the figure, a pair of relaxed hands, and both these and fisted hands are the exact same ones that we got with Brown Suit Wolverine. But then we get 2 different pairs of flame claw hands, and here is the first pair. Same as what we have on the 2 heads, these flame effects are also transparent and have that same transition from yellow at the base to a darker red on the top. I love the sculpt work here, how the flames swirl around what should be his claws and then freely floats on the top. It's such a great effect. But another cool thing is that these two actually have a slightly different design, a different look. When I hold them side by side, you can see how the flame curves more to the side on this one. You see it? And the details in the sculpt are also slightly different. You can see how the flames are thinner here while they are thicker on this one. At first, you would maybe think that this got warped in the packaging, but no, look at how the 2 inserts in the tray are shaped. So again, a nice attention to details. And same applies for the other pair of flame hands. These 2 are also different. You can see how the flame design is different, and they also differ from the previous pair because here flame trail goes to the back for when you want to pose him like he's swinging his claws on someone. Here is a comparison of one from the second pair and one from the first pair of hands, and you can see how different these designs are. And all of these have that same vibrant effect when you shine some light through them. And then the final pair of hands included here is actually not for Hellverine, but for their Tiger Stripe Wolverine. This is something that we were asking them to do ever since they've announced that they are making 2 Wolverine versions, and they've listened and delivered. So now we finally have alternate curved claws for Tiger Stripe Wolverine, and these look beautiful. They are basically Brown Suit Wolverine hands repainted to fit the Tiger Stripe version, and we can immediately try them out on the figure. And yeah, this looks fantastic. I'm pleased to say that the colors match perfectly. This is such a great update for this guy. I've said it before, I don't mind these straight claws, but I love the fact that they did this and that now we can have options for our display. This looks beautiful. So thank you CT for listening to the fans and for doing this. But going back to Hellverine, here is how he looks with his alternate head and with the first pair of flame claw hands. And I am amazed with how fantastic this looks. And here he is with the other version of alternate claw hands, swinging at his enemies, and yeah, this is fantastic. Just look at how good that effect looks. The trail that the flame is leaving behind as he swings his arms. I love this. And now, because some of you guys were asking me to do this, let's do a quick head swap, just so that we can make sure that the previous CT Wolverine heads fit on this body. Here is the CT Brown Suit Logan head. As you can see, this fits perfectly, which was to be expected because again, it's the same body. And then here is the masked Brown Suit Wolverine head, also fits perfectly. And then here is Tiger Stripe Unmasked Logan head, and it also fits. And finally, Tiger Stripe Angry head. All the previous CT Wolverine heads fit on this body. Let's now take a look at his articulation. The head and the neck will give you a nice range of movement, so you get a great side-to-side tilt, 360 rotation. He can look down this far, up all the way. Just make sure that this peg is curved to the back. That will give you a better range for looking up. We have a nice butterfly joint, so this is how far the arms go across the chest, and this is how far they go across his back. Arms rotate 360. This is how far they go out. We have a bicep swivel, elbow bends this much. We have a swivel in the wrist and a standard hinge that moves in all directions. We have 2 cuts in the torso, one up here and the other one behind the belt, so that is where you'll get your side-to-side rotation, a nice side-to-side tilt. This is how far he bends forward and back. We have drop-down hips. This is how far the legs go out, and then forwards and back. We have a thigh swivel, knees bend this much. There is a boot cut, a swivel in the ankles, feet bend forward this much, back this much. There is a nice toe joint and a generous ankle pivot. Let's now compare this guy to some other figures. First, here is how he scales with CT Toys Tiger Stripe and Brown Suit Wolverine. Here is how he scales with CT Toys knockoff of Revoltech Agent Venom and CT Toys knockoff of MAFEX 001 The Amazing Spider-Man. Here he is next to the original MAFEX Gambit and Daredevil. Here is how he scales with the original MAFEX Classic Suit Spidey and the original Sentinel Peter B. Parker. Here he is with Marvel Legends, X-Men 97 Wolverine and Cyclops, and here he is with the SH Figure Arts Wolverine and Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Here he is with Marvel Legends Logan and Symbiote Suit Spidey. Here is how he scales with two Deadpool knockoffs. We have the Revoltech 2.0 version and Medicom Toy MAFEX KO. Here is how he scales with Star Wars The Black Series, Darth Vader and Imperial Stormtrooper. Here is how he scales with Masters of the Universe, Revelation, He-Man and Cartoon Collection Skeletor, and obviously this He-Man is a 7-inch figure. Here is how he scales with a KO of NECA movie TMNT Raphael and the original NECA cartoon Leonardo. Here is how he scales with the original NECA Feral Predator and Savage Crucible Veteris Repax. And finally, here is how he scales with YOLO Park Transformers AMK Pro Series, Optimus and Starscream. So there you go, that was my review of the new CT Toys Hellverine. What an absolutely beautiful release this is. Once again, CT Toys did a phenomenal job. True, they are reusing the brown suit body, but there's nothing wrong with that because, well, first, it's a great body mold, and secondly, even if you just wanted the Hellverine parts or tiger stripe hands, you will still have an additional brown suit body that will serve you great for customizing. So I don't see any issues here. The overall sculpt is amazing, and other than the shading on the arms, paint job is great as well, especially for a knockoff slash custom like this. And as a cherry on top, you get those curved claw hands for your tiger stripe Wolverine, which is a huge W for CT. I strongly recommend that you get this figure if you still don't have it. As I already said, links for Hellverine and all other CT Toys releases are down in the video description, so use those. I'm extremely satisfied with this figure. I love how it turned out, and I love the fact that CT is listening to us collectors, and I'm looking forward to what they have for us next. Let's now get to that 2.0 Spidey. I can't wait. But all of these were just my thoughts, and now I would love to hear yours. What do you guys think about this figure? Do you think it's worth buying or not? Maybe you already have it, and if you do, let me know if you're satisfied with it. I would love to hear your feedback, so let me know all of it down in the comments. Again, thank you CT Toys for sending this guy for a review, and as always, a huge thank you to my Patreon supporters and channel members for their help. If you can also join and help, please do so. Patreon link is in the video description and join button is under the video. But to all of you guys, thank you so much for watching, thank you for being here with me, and I'll see ya in the next video.